Looking for tickets to the hottest shows, games, and events? Ticket Liquidator is your one-stop shop for great prices, no hassles, and guaranteed tickets. Since 2003, we've been connecting buyers and sellers, providing access to sold-out events at prices lower than most secondary market options. Whether it's sports, theater, or concerts, our massive nationwide network ensures you get the tickets you want, guaranteed. For the best seats at the biggest events, start with Ticket Liquidator today at ticketliquidator.com. That's TICKETLIQUIDATOR.com. Ticket Liquidator.
Mariette's on the move. What? Mariette's on the move. Again? Mariette's on the move.
Hey there. Welcome to Mariette's on the Move, the podcast. My name is Mariette Fry, and I'm a moving coach. I'm sure you're thinking one of two things right now. What the heck is a moving coach? Or moving like houses, or moving like towards something? And that's okay. I get that a lot. It's both, really. I usually tell people I'm a certified professional organizer that focuses on residential transitions, but I'm also a life coach with a framework that helps individuals figure out when they should relocate to pursue their dreams. And that's usually followed by a million more questions. And I get it. It probably sounds super woo-woo. But here's the thing. Not everyone has a big sister or a cousin like me that's moved 18 times in the last 22 years, 5 of them cross country, that can plan their dreams with them while being coached through what to expect on the roadmap to getting there. I wanted to start that conversation about how we can make smarter moves going after our big, hairy, audacious goals and how to keep moving forward during setbacks. And yes, we'll talk about super sexy stuff like moving terminology. But more so, we'll be doing cool things like city spotlights with real estate agents so they can brag about their towns and maybe see if what you want to do is offered in a town you've never thought about but would totally move to. It just wasn't even on your radar. I'll also share some pretty crazy stories, like when my stuff was held hostage by a moving company and I literally had to get the FBI involved. Yeah, that wasn't awesome. But it happens more than you think. So being prepared for what could happen on your impending move is important for those who look for signs everywhere. And you know who you are. You're probably wishing I'd say that city that just popped in your head that you want to move to see if I'd give you one. Well, something like that might make someone think my dream of living at the beach wasn't meant to be. But I'm here to tell you folks, if it's on your heart, nothing should stop you, not even something like that. So talking through what to expect will save you a lot of time, stress, and probably heartache. I mean, we all have a crazy moving story, and we all have crazy good dreams, and it's time we start pursuing them. So here's the scoop. There is a framework that as I got older and wiser, I would walk through in my head to see if the position I was about to take moving me somewhere else even made sense and if it would get me closer to my dreams. Or would it be just another expensive, stupid move? And in the words of Dave Ramsey, unfortunately, I've done a lot of stupid. At this point, though, I can sometimes call it with a pretty decent accuracy if you are going to go through that 6-month funk that some people experience when they move away from their whole ecosystem to pursue something that everyone thinks you're crazy to pursue. I can also tell you there's no shame in moving home after you've gone out to pursue a dream that might have evolved, and then even leaving home again to pursue your new dream. I mean, I have some solid street cred having moved 18 times in the last 22 years, but I do have schooling behind me. I have a bachelor's degree in public relations from SIU Carbondale. Yes, I'm a Saluki. I am a certified professional organizer, like I mentioned. I'm one of Dave Ramsey's financial master coaches, and I'm a certified life coach through the Life Purpose Institute in classy San Diego. So you can see why I focus on getting people unstuck and chasing their dreams. Because it's worth it. I swear. We're just going to put a roadmap together for you chock full of tips, tricks, and scams to avoid on that super exciting journey. Anyway, I have spent more hours than I care to admit dreaming about moving, actually moving, or helping people take action towards their joy. And I know one thing for sure. If you've got this nagging thought in the back of your head that it would be amazing to move to New York City or LA or anywhere in the US, and your friends are sick of you talking about it and not actually doing it, this podcast is for you. If you want to be in the middle of all the hustle and bustle, working in a big city, doing your dream job, you're in the right place. You want to move to a small town in the middle of nowhere to homestead because you loved the peace you found being alone during the pandemic? This podcast is also for you. If you're dying for a fresh start and you think moving across the country is the answer, oof, my friend, this podcast is definitely for you. We'll talk about reverse engineering you into living the life of your dreams. And I've been thinking and planning about how to combine my career and life coaching with moving to different cities and states for the past 2 years. I've started and stopped this thing so many times. And then I moved again for the second time in 10 months, building my dream house. And it convinced me that people need to be reminded that moving sucks. But if you're doing it for the right reason, it doesn't suck so bad. I swear, it's true. This podcast is based around individuals who want to physically relocate from wherever they are living now to wherever they want to be, and all the intentions and obstacles that come along with making that ginormous decision to pursue your dream life. This podcast will be a combination of one-on-one coaching sessions, 20-minute shorties where we'll talk about the Fred framework with 4 subjects: finances, robustness, think mental and physical strength, ecosystem, and dreams. Or we'll talk about tips and tricks for moving. For the city spotlights from the real estate agents I talked about across the country, I want to get the pros, the cons, the culture, the laws, and what makes people love their city, which I'm super excited about because sometimes people just don't know what they don't know, you know? I do want to be clear on a few things though. This will not be a rip on the moving industry conversation because the movers out there moving all of your stuff from point A to point B, they work their tails off for you for very little pay with very little help and sometimes very little tips from you, the consumer. There's also a big difference between coaching and consulting. A life coach is someone that helps you verbally process what's keeping you stuck and helps you get around your roadblocks, so to speak, pun intended, I guess, and helps you stop self sabotaging. A consultant is someone who provides expert advice professionally. And I happen to do both around life and dream coaching and then consulting on moves. So, not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty darn good at it. And I've got some sweet success stories under my sparkly little belt, and I'm excited to share those with you. So, that being said, thank you for supporting my dream by listening in. If you want coaching or want to talk about moving, reach out to me via my website, mariette'sonthemove.com, where you can subscribe to our email list to hear about events and the course I'm creating. Or you can DM me on Insta at Mariette's on the Move. There's a Mariette's on the Move Facebook group, and I'll be sharing tips and tricks on Pinterest, where I'm at Mariette OTM. All right, folks, let's get a move on. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk to you soon.